Welcome to Lesson 7 in Unit 17, Streamside Survival. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how can we teach people about how plants and animals survive in a wetland area? In this lesson, students combine everything they've learned to create a museum exhibit consisting of a model and display board. They share their exhibit with each other and their community. Students figure out how a model can be used to communicate to others how wetland plants and animals use a system of internal and external structures to survive, grow, behave, and reproduce. Students make connections to the storyline by learning about how many different plants and animals are able to survive in a healthy wetland area. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 17 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 5 to 6 days to complete. You'll begin the Lesson 7 Engage by asking students what they have figured out about how wetland animals and plants use their structures to survive. You'll ask if they've ever been to a science or natural history museum before and show them an image of an exhibit. You'll explain that they're going to make their own displays about the wetland plants and animals they've researched and how they survive in their environment. For the Explore portion, you'll have students use their Animal Adaptations journal page and their Plant Adaptations journal page to create a display that depicts how their chosen plant and animal survives in a wetland environment. Students should use the Museum Display Template student journal page to outline the text that will go next to their animal and plant display. Before students get started, you'll go over the Wetland Project rubric student journal page so students know what they need to include. For the Explain portion, you'll have students display their projects around the room to create the Wetland Museum. Students will then complete a gallery walk where they will walk around the room and view each other's projects. For the Elaborate portion, you'll invite students to gather in a circle to share their findings from their wetland plant and animal gallery walk. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how do plants and animals use their structures to survive? The goal for this class discussion is to discuss what students noticed when they visited each display. For the Evaluate portion, you'll assess students according to the Animal and Plant Adaptations Project rubric. And to support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient students back to the driving question board. You'll ask, did we answer any of the questions on our driving question board? And are there any questions we haven't answered? You'll try to wrap up any final questions on the driving question board before the end of the unit. By the end of this lesson, students will have developed a model to support an argument that wetland plants and animals have structures that help them grow, survive, and reproduce. For the optional Extend, you can set up a classroom debate where students can debate topics such as which animal is best at getting food or which plant is best at protecting itself. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.